Okay, take two. I'm going to show you how to clean these filters. I tried this once and it got deleted. So I'm going to do it again real quick, okay? So the first thing, you got a fully assembled filter here. You're going to turn this deal here. You're going to actually hear the pressure come out as you turn that counterclockwise. Leave that up. On the bottom, down here, on the bottom of the filter, you can see we're at the top, going down to the bottom of the filter here. Underneath, right here, you're going to have a nut. Once you kind of start unscrewing it, it'll hand tight. It'll come out hand tight. It might not at first because there's a bunch of crap in there. But you just take that nut out. It's upside down, so the threads are backwards, so just keep that in mind. Try not to crank it. But what you do next, you've got that. Take this lid off of here, just like that. That'll release that pressure. So you've got that releasing pressure. Next thing you want to do, take that off. You got this nut right here. Oops, you got this nut right here. Washer, spring, washer. When you take it off, just make sure you put it back on in the same fashion that you put it on the same fashion that you took it off, okay? Once you open this up, it will look similar to this. I took this apart because in my previous video I was showing you and it didn't record, so I'm going to put this back on. But this is your, sorry, I'm trying to put this on, and anyway, this is a gasket. This is a gasket. This fits right around this ring, all the way around like that, okay? Just make sure it's clean underneath there. Make sure this gasket is clean, okay? This is the water that I've cleaned out from one filter, okay? Over here, these are the filters that were taken out of the bottom. This is the one that I cleaned, and I didn't do anything special. I actually would clean mine even more than what I cleaned this one. These are the other ones. So, one of two things might have happened, and I think it's probably the second one. Either the guy didn't clean the filters out at all, or he did a very poor job of doing it, or he did clean them, and what happened is there was so much crap and sand and mud and everything at the bottom of the filter that never got cleaned out, that as soon as he turned the power back on, that water, that mud and everything just got swirled around in that filter and coated the filters back up. Because there's mine, there's those. And I was just using your hose. Just use the hose, jet, that's all you need. So once those are clean, what comes on top of that filter is this drink holder. That thing sits like this. Those filters sit right in there, okay? And on there as well is a screen. This screen actually sets right on top of this pump, on this pipe like this, just like that. Sits right on top of there. That thing goes like that, right on the filters. Or imagine the filters sitting in there, and that's it. So hose them off really good. Clean out the inside. It'll all rinse out that bottom when you take that nut out of there. I just put it back in and assemble it all the way you did. Work your way back. Make sure that this is on securely so you don't have any leaks. Make sure it's clean so you don't have any leaks. Look at the inside of the filter, make sure that there's nothing on the inside of the filter. And then put your band clamp back on, tighten it together. Follow those instructions on the band clamp. You just want to make sure that that spring is tight enough to where the coils touch each other. So that's probably the biggest pain, is putting that thing back on. You might have to have Amanda hold it for you. Put your valve back down, otherwise when you turn it on, a bunch of air is going to actually leave it open until all the air is rushed out and then close it. But obviously put that pump deal back on, put that nut back on, make sure everything's sealed up. Turn your breaker back on, make sure your pump comes back on, and then leave that open so the air comes out until you start to see the water come out, and then close it. That way it'll purge this whole filter from air. And that's how you do it. Both of those things, both of these filters were absolutely filthy. And filthy in the bottom, which is key. So you can see all this debris right here. This was just part of what I had taken out. It looks like dog crap, but it's just black pebbles, black mud, all this stuff. This was just a little bit that I took out right when I opened it up. So hope that helps.